Hello, and welcome back to the Timely Topics podcast series. I'm Glenda Mack, Chief Operations Officer with RehabCare. With me today is Mary Vandekamp, Chief Clinical Officer of RehabCare, and Liz Barlow, Senior Director of Quality. Welcome to both of you.
Great to be here with you both.
Thanks, Glenda and Liz. It's good to be here. And are we ready to solve another regulatory puzzle for our audience?
Yes, we are, and what a puzzle it is. Today we're going to talk about changes to the quality measures. I'm calling it the new frontier of quality measures because it's more challenging than ever. With so much updated information across a variety of quality programs, it can feel like you're lost without a compass. So let's start unpacking all of the changes with the quality measures. I'm happy to be here with my expert panel today, especially for the topic we're tackling on quality measures. Because team, not only are there 3 quality reporting programs, MDS 3.0 quality measures, quality reporting program measures, and SNF value-based purchasing program measures, there are more than 51 quality measures in total.
Yes, and that's not to mention all the manuals in which the measures are currently found. All of these programs, all of these manuals, all of these measures, how will providers ever find the way? I guess that's why our provider clients have us, right, Liz?
Definitely. Today, more than ever, providers need expert partners to help be their roadmap. Our job is to explain all of the changes to our provider teams in a way that makes sense and helps them find their way forward.
Well, that sounds like a great place to start, finding our way forward. Mary, why don't you give us the macro view of the quality measures our providers are working through right now?
I'd be happy to, Glenda. Let's start at the top and work our way down to Section GG, which is going to be crucial for our providers under the PDPM final rule. So let's start on a positive note by remembering why we have quality measures to begin with. Quality measures are tools that help us measure or quantify healthcare processes, outcomes, patient perceptions, and organizational structure and systems that are associated with the ability to provide high-quality healthcare and or that relate to one or more of the quality goals for our healthcare. Quality measures have 4 intended purposes for both consumers and providers of healthcare. To give you information about the quality of care at the nursing centers in order to help you choose a nursing center for yourself or others. To give you information about the care at nursing centers where you or your family members already live. To give information to facilitate your discussion with the nursing center staff regarding the quality of care, and to give data to the nursing center to help them in their quality improvement efforts. It's really important for us to remember that these quality measures are our guides to always doing the right thing for the patient. So Liz, I think it's a good time now to start drilling down to some of the specific tools, programs, and quality measures that CMS has mandated.
Sounds good, Mary. It's time for the deeper dive. Well, we're all familiar with Nursing Home Compare, which measures percentages on a variety of care measures. And then there's the 5-star quality rating system, a tool to help consumers select and compare skilled nursing facilities. The rating system uses information from healthcare surveys, quality measures, and staffing.
And along those lines, Liz, we now have the payroll-based journal staffing data, which replaces the data currently being captured from CMS 467 for calculating the 5-star staffing.
Right. Skilled nursing providers have been submitting PBJ data since mandated as of July 2016. Today, 92% are compliant, which means PBJ staffing data was successfully transmitted to CMS, and on Nursing Home Compare, a staffing domain star is present. So far, CMS has assigned 1,400 1-stars based on PBJ data.
Well, I don't mean to pile on more to this discussion, but providers are also knee-deep in the mega rule, right?
That's right. The mega rule, also known as the requirements of participation, represented an enormous change for rollout in 3 phases. Providers are currently in phase 2 of the mega rule. Phase 3 starts this November. And most recently, the Impact Act of 2014 mandated the SNF Quality Reporting Program, or QRP. Beginning with fiscal year 2018 and each subsequent fiscal year, CMS will reduce 2 percentage points for any SNF that does not comply with the quality data submission requirements with respect to that fiscal year. This is a newer CMS directive to try to standardize outcomes across post-acute providers. CMS is going to post percentages for the measures online starting this fall for 3 areas: falls, skin integrity, and function.
And that brings us to MDS 3.0 Section GG requirements.
That's right, Glenda. The Impact Act also brought us Section GG, which is where RehabCare has really focused. Capturing GG began approximately 2 years ago. Again, in an effort to connect post-acute care across the care continuum, the Impact Act challenged CMS to standardize patient assessment and quality measure data, including resource data use. This allows for exchange of this vital data among post-acute care and other providers to facilitate coordinated care efforts between care settings. The goal is to improve patient outcomes. With the recent PDPM final rule announcement, CMS has sent a strong signal that it's time for change. Well before October 2019, skilled nursing providers need to understand the financial impact and identify key operational levers, ensure that MDS coding, including ICD-10 diagnosis coding and Section GG for functional impairment, are complete and accurate. They need to move from a focus on therapy minutes to a focus on functional outcomes, while also understanding the relationship of revenues and costs over the entire length of stay. They need to enhance clinical capabilities so that you're increasing value to the system and also driving occupancy.
So the new payment system will help providers better integrate into a value-based payment environment like bundles and ACOs. In addition, Medicare Advantage plans are likely to adopt it in whole or in part, allowing for better integration across payers. Is that a fair assessment?
Yes, I think it is a fair assessment. And I'd like to add that in October 1st of 2019, we'll be here before we know it. So now is the time to prepare for these changes.
For sure. We pointed out in our previous PDPM podcast that reporting on GG is beginning to take shape. It's not just that it's required in PDPM, it will be used more broadly, and we're already working with our customers to prepare. Backed by Kindred, we can help providers achieve value-based care across the continuum.
Back to Section GG for a moment. That data is being incorporated across SNFs, LTACs, IRFs, and home health settings where we have a deep experience in. We keep advising our client providers that CMS is paving the way to greater coordination, visibility, and value-based care across the care continuum. It's pretty clear that providers need to work with the right rehab partner to understand how that all ties together.
That's very true, now more than ever. So let's summarize for our audience. With all of these quality measures and quality programs changing every day, and all concurrently, what's our best advice for providers on how to navigate this sea of change? Liz, let's start with you.
My advice lies in understanding and communicating to your teams. To me, education is the key to survival. If you can't do this alone, be sure you have partners who can help you navigate all of these changes and guide you through it so that you remain compliant. Your Medicare revenues will depend on this.
Great advice, Liz. Mary, what's your advice?
Well, I have to echo what Liz just said. Work with the right partner. It's harder and harder for providers to go it alone these days. Work with partners like RehabCare, who has a voice not only in post-acute care industry, but really across the entire continuum. We also have a voice in Washington, D.C., where these programs are initiated. The expertise across all of these platforms is crucial to keeping your eye on the ball and your head above water.
Between the three of us, we've given our audience a lot to think about today. So this is probably a good place to bring this discussion to a close, but we're not going to leave you hanging. We are posting our contact information in case you have questions or need further assistance with your quality measures. Feel free to reach out and we'll keep the conversation going. Thanks for tuning in today, and be sure to join us next time for another Timely Topic episode.